audio marks coming to you from the Sachem Public Library. Welcome to the Marks for Life podcast with your hosts, Jimmy, CJ, and Joe, the Shield of Wrestling podcast. Three casuals turned Marks wrestling fans to give you a direct line to all things in the squared circle. Enter the ring at your own risk. We pull no punches, we hit hard, and we will slam you with all the info you need to know. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Because
it's Rusev Day!
And welcome to this week's edition of Marks for Life podcast. I am your reigning, defending, undisputed Marks for Life World Predictions CJ!
And I'm your other co-host, Jimmy.
And the power team is back full force for this week.
Well, minus Joe. And Jared.
The OG team is back, baby!
I want to do a quick apology for everyone. I wanted to do a mini cast, but then some personal things kind of came up last minute, and
shit happened.
And I wanted to do a post saying we're sorry, but this week's kind of busy. So,
let's be honest here, guys. Nothing happened last week. Nothing happened last week.
Well, except for two things, which we'll, I guess, recap really quickly.
Nothing of importance happened this week.
Yeah.
This past week. Real shit. Right this week. This week of July 20. What's today's date? The 7th.
27th, the day when this podcast will be the 28th. Anyway, let's talk about
7th day of podcast. The champion gave to you a lot of fucking news. Leave me alone. Let me do my shit. I'll go CM Punk with this fucking belt. I'll let you know that right now.
Suplex City, bitch.
You're just jealous that you are so far behind.
Actually, I'm more ahead than you, buddy.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I'm one behind Joe. Joe is the one that's ahead right now.
But we're all tied then because you picked fucking Rusev.
If I picked AJ, I would have been fucking in the lead. Let's put it at that.
Yeah, you dumbass. Stop
anyway,
betting Rusev.
Anyway, speaking of which, let's get right down to the nitty-gritty of Extreme Rules.
You
go ahead first.
Boo.
Yeah, it was not the strongest. It was not that strong. Don't get me wrong. 1 or 2, 3 matches at max were good. Rusev, well, not Rusev one. The Bobby Lashley Reigns one, that was good.
Okay.
I liked it. I liked the whole thing. The ending was good. I liked that Bobby went over. It didn't really fucking matter, the following 2 weeks later when, Roman Reigns is now the, number 1 contender for Brock Lesnar's Universal.
Hey, I'm getting to that. That's next thing that we have to
Sorry. Anyway, but that match was good. The Iron Man match was good if you looked at it from just solely the match itself, not with the fucking crowd. And I have a couple of opinions about the crowd, but I want to hear yours about it first. I have an idea of what it is.
I was busy playing Monopoly with your girlfriend and leeching her for all the money she had. I'm not sure if she told you that.
No, she did. I remember.
She made a deal with the devil.
Yeah, she shouldn't have done that.
No, she shouldn't have.
But
let me ask you one thing before we get into it. Off-topic thing. If you're playing Monopoly and someone and you're trying to get stuff and they say, "Oh, I'll sell it for mortgage value."
No, God, what?
That's what your girlfriend said.
No. Oh God,
I was gonna give her $500. She was gonna sell it to me for like $250.
Oh my God, why would she do that? Never sell at a ticket price. You never buy anything ticket price. Oh God, I can't. Okay, all right. I'm going to backtrack onto that and get back to Extreme Rules. We'll get mad about that.
I'm just going to be honest. That was my opinions on the Iron Man match. It was not worth paying attention to.
To be honest, it was a good match. What sucked about it was the crowd. But I'm going to give it a caveat into the whole fact that pay-per-view was, 4 hours plus. And for a crowd to start chanting basically in the middle every single minute, going 10, 9, 1 every single time was annoying when it happened. But looking back at it, 2 weeks later, if you're there 4 hours and the match is you're basically tired and you can't really pay attention fully to a match. I don't blame them.
I don't think anyone was invested in this rivalry either. Dolph Ziggler versus Seth. It's not like it was
bad. I think if it went first, it would have been a much better match.
I think, in all honesty, the rivalry between Ziggler and Rollins is average.
Yeah, I think
It's
the
not
rivalry
exciting.
between McIntyre and Rollins is going to be much better
Exactly.
when it happens.
Ziggler is just so fucking overrated at this point.
Yeah, and
But
a lot of it is that he should have taken a really long hiatus for a while,
Yes.
and that just didn't happen.
Yes.
It didn't happen for a couple of things, and it's just like, I get it, man. You got to earn a paycheck, but...
My favorite match? Nakamura versus Hardy.
Yeah, I know. That went way better than I thought, and that only lasted, what, a minute?
Yes, and the only reason why that was good is because Randy Orton came back and started going fucking crazy.
And I loved it. I loved it.
Did you watch his heel promo?
No.
I took a listen to
I
it.
did hear good things about it, though.
It was not as good as people are saying, but I can understand the direction is very clear. And it's really nice
Is he
to see
going back into like a legend killer prowess, but doing it for guys that are over, essentially?
Think of it as a more motivated Baron Corbin.
All right. Okay, I can get behind that. And for someone like Randy to do it, yeah, all right.
Like, Randy's more believable, but, I don't know. Besides the point, let's go through the Extreme Rules aftermath. What's been happening ever since the Extreme Rules pay-per-view has been concluded.
Rusev got squashed again for no reason.
Yeah, but it's looking like a Rusev babyface turn is in the works with Rusev and Lana turning face against Aiden English.
That I like.
Which will be a kickoff match where Aiden English will win.
Most likely.
Like
but I like.
Because of a returning Simon Gotch.
Oh my god. I swear to God, if that happens, I will punch someone during... I will punch someone.
Motherfucker, we're going to be sharing a room during
Yeah,
that.
I know.
All
And
right.
we're going to probably be doing a drinking game too, so...
Oh, I'm so down.
All right, but...
All right, every time Michael Cole says vintage.
Well, there'll be rules. There'll be rules.
Right.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay, so let's get into the SummerSlam announcements.
Well,
because
I think that there's more to talk about for the pay-per-view.
Like what?
Well, what is it? The Raw Women's match. That wasn't too bad. That's pretty good. And then you had Ronda, do the thing.
I'm going to be completely honest. I was playing Monopoly. I really did. The pay-per-view did not interest me in the slightest. Only the results because I wanted to win.
All right.
I'm not I was invested in the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, and I said that on the previous podcast. This pay-per-view did nothing for me. Half of the matches didn't even have stipulations.
This is true.
It wasn't extreme.
Well,
What was extreme about a shark cage?
nothing. You're right on that. But you didn't enjoy the fact that Asuka was beating James Ellsworth like a piñata.
No.
How did you not enjoy that? Everyone enjoys James Ellsworth being beaten up.
It was stupid. It should have been a segment on SmackDown, not a pay-per-view.
Well, we'll talk about the James Ellsworth segment about SmackDown in a little bit. One last thing I want to talk about for Extreme Rules. I think for a lot of people it's kind of old at this point, but because we've been off for a week, we didn't really give our opinions on it.
Mm-hmm.
Is Hulk Hogan was reported to be at that pay-per-view, gathered up everyone on the roster, I believe, who was there,
Yes.
and did I forget who I'm quoting at this point, but did a very generic, non-truly remorseful apology for being recorded for what he...
I'm pretty sure that was Titus.
Basically. It's hard to really give a true opinion about it. I had something planned for this, but with what was going on through like this past week, it was hard to really get it down. But as far as like the apology goes, I probably would have been more like, great, Hulk Hogan's back in the Hall of Fame. I mean, he should have still be in the Hall of Fame, I guess. I mean, I understand it's a fake Hall of Fame. It doesn't really mean much.
Nope.
And I understand for the people who are mad at Hogan still for him not to be in there.
Mm-hmm.
But he's done a lot for,
Yes.
for wrestling in general, not just WWE. So he has a spot for that. Though his actions, to me, don't comply in the fact that this might lead to a role for Hogan back in WWE. I don't believe that he needs to be in WWE anymore.
I think Hulk Hogan should stay as an ambassador role. I think that should probably be his best bet. Don't put him back on TV right now. as for his locker room apology, a lot of the African American black community that's part of the locker room, at least the ones that have been speaking, New Day, Titus O'Neil, they've been really speaking to the fact that we don't want to see words, we want to see action. We want you to show, because we understand how influential you are, inspirational, how much you mean to the business. Just because you say words, though, will not cut it. You know, you have to prove it. You know, if you're truly remorseful and you want to get back into it. You know, he was apologizing for being being recorded, but not for saying those things.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not a genuine apology, which I can understand.
Yeah.
But then there are some people who are in the locker room. I forget who.
Mark Henry said 50-50.
Well, I'm not talking about the black wrestlers that were there. I'm talking about probably some of them who are quote-unquote defending Hogan.
Who was defending Hogan?
I don't remember. I believe someone said that, oh, this person forgave him. Why can't everyone forgive him? And I'm like,
Booker
really?
T? Booker T... I don't count Booker T. I'm going to be completely honest. You know, it's different. I don't know. It's just a really... interesting situation.
Yeah, I think it's because we're not African American, so we can't really give a full opinion on it. All I know is that if the apology wasn't genuine, then no one should honestly care what Hogan says.
Yes.
Just like the New Day, just like Titus said, actions speak louder than words.
Yes, I agree.
Do you want to take a quick break?
Yes.
Okay, we'll take a quick break and then we'll get on to what happened this week.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you interested in a new travel destination? Well, look no further than Suplex City. This special destination's popularity has soared in the past 4 years, ever since it was constructed in Los Angeles, California, with its first ever resident by the name of John Cena. Since John Cena's arrival, many world-class athletes have taken residence in this city, including Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, The Big Show, Goldberg, and The Undertaker. None of this would have been possible without the Nightmare himself, Brock Lesnar, and his advocate, Paul Heyman. So if you'd like to kick back, relax, and throw back a night of Germans, come on this one-way ticket to Suplex City for only $21 and $1. Hello, are you a promoter looking for some fresh meat to feed your superstars in the ring? Are you a big, strong wrestler looking for a good squash match to build up your strength? Are you Roman Reigns wanting to impress Big Mac Daddy Vince? Look no further than Job R Us. We provide the best kind of jabronis out there this side of the squared circle. We got local guys, we got skinny guys, we got weird guys. Hell, you can have all three guys. Just ask James Wellsworth. He's a Job R Us guy too. So call now at 1-800-JSQ-UACH for more information. Yes, that is 1-800-J-Squash. Job R Us, a good squash with no botch. Job Squash is also an equal opportunity provider. However, we are not liable for any royalties if these jobbers turn out to be superstars. Oh my god. And we have returned from our fun little commercial break. We are now going to get into this week's news. First thing as we want to talk about is the SummerSlam announcements. The SummerSlam card has been shaping up very quickly and very rapidly.
I like it.
Yeah, it's been only 2 weeks, and SummerSlam is already shaping up to be a very interesting card. So we're going to run down the list. We're going to discuss each title match and match already announced. So first off, we have the SmackDown Tag Team Championship between the champions, the Bludgeon Brothers, versus the winners of the tag team tournament being conducted on SmackDown. Currently, New Day is in the finals, and they will be facing the winners of The Bar versus the Usos after this week? After this week, yeah. So The Bar is going to take on the Usos next week, and then the New Day will challenge the victor afterwards for a shot at the title. First question I want to ask you, Jimmy, is who do you think is going to be challenging the Bludgeon Brothers?
Off the top of my head, I have no idea. If I had to make a guess, and my personal opinion on this, is I would like to see The Bar.
Okay.
Only because I've seen the New Day, I've seen the Usos. Not that I don't like any of them. I'm just saying, do something different.
All right.
I don't think that the Bar is going to beat the Bludgeon Brothers, but I digress. I think that the Bludgeon Brothers should face the Bar.
I'm going to disagree with you on that. On one thing, I do believe the Bar is going to win. I do not think the Bludgeon Brothers may retain.
Really? Why so?
Because I feel like the Bludgeon Brothers need something sustainable, something as an actual feud. And the Bludgeon Brothers' reign so far has been underwhelming. Meanwhile, the Bar I think could carry the division.
When's the last time the Bar did something significant? Probably their rivalry with the Hardys.
The Shield.
That doesn't. The Shield thing didn't count.
The Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins for the.
Oh well, that one did.
Yeah. From WrestleMania to SummerSlam, they were the hottest tag team. And
last year.
Yes, and also the Bar versus the Usos. That's Survivor Series rivalry. They've been consistently very good. Bludgeon Brothers have been a hit or miss. We thought they'd be good, but
I think they're still good.
I think they've underwhelmed.
I disagree. I think the Bludgeon. It's hard to really pinpoint for the Bludgeon Brothers exactly. I think that they have good characters decently. I don't like their attire for their gimmick.
I don't like
their name, and some of their promos could be better.
I don't like how they don't use their hammers.
That's true. I don't
that pisses me off.
I think it's because, they don't really use their gimmick that well.
And they're Bludgeon Brothers. Why isn't their finisher not some form of bludgeoning?
I don't know.
It's a power bomb.
Again, I feel like that's part of the gimmick. Like they've done it well appearance wise. I mean, I wish I had different attire. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the stitched up look. Mm-hmm. I had a hard time dealing that with Braun Strowman for his first run, but it's now grown on me. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't think the Bar should be the sustainable feud that they have. I think post SummerSlam, I think a new tag team will probably show up, and then that would be. I don't know. That's the interesting about SummerSlam. You honestly don't know what's going to happen during the event and what happens after. But I think that's where it kind of leads.
Mm-hmm.
Their match at Extreme Rules wasn't too bad though against Team Hell No.
You mean Daniel Bryan?
Daniel Bryan.
I think it's going to be the Bar, and I think the Bar has a good shot of retaining. It all depends though, because it's just.
I'm still wondering about the whole Sheamus thing. At this point, he's still considered injured, not lightly working now?
I think it just might be lightly working.
All right, because I still don't know how much gas he's got left in the tank. I mean, he looks like he could still go, but I mean, if that injury still persists,
what I would like to see personally is the Bar, they win the title, and then the Bludgeon Brothers injure Sheamus. And then Cassius Ohno comes up.
That I would enjoy more. And then we get some Bar version of the Kings of Wrestling. I would enjoy that a lot.
I feel like that'd be a great use of both Cesaro and Cassius Ohno, as well as keep up a great feud between the Bludgeon Brothers and stuff.
I'm not going to lie. If Cesaro does a Nicholas thing on the following SmackDown when he has to confront the Bludgeon Brothers again, and then it turns out to be Cassius Ohno, I'm not gonna lie, I would enjoy that.
I'm good. I don't want to see Nicholas.
No, not show up Nicholas, but then do something Nicholas-esque, and then you just see Cassius Ohno in some version of a ring attire on, beneath actual clothes, but he's in the crowd.
Yes.
And then you have a Kings of Wrestling reunion on that Smack. That'd be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind that.
I get you. The next match on the card we're going to talk about, because the Raw Tag Team Championship has not been announced yet, which, surprisingly, the fucking B Team won.
Not a bad match, but, man.
What the fuck?
I have an opinion on this, though. I think it's because they don't want to squash Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy when AOP eventually beats them.
I think they're going to break up. They're going to break up and start feuding. My personal opinion.
No. I know that. I'm just saying I don't think that they're going to be cannon fodder for AOP quite yet. I think that it's going to be led for.
Who do you think is going to challenge them then at SummerSlam?
I think it's going to be. No, I think it's going to be B Team.
B Team versus who?
B Team versus AOP. And then we're going to see them get squashed. I don't think I'm going to see Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy get squashed yet. Mm-hmm. I think that it's going to be a breakup, and then we kind of see a return of the Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt.
I'm not gonna lie, Bray Wyatt.
And then have another final deletion because we kind of really need another one.
Bray
Let's be
Wyatt
honest.
needs to return with Harper and Rowan. I'm gonna be completely honest. The Bludgeon Brothers are not doing well for the gimmick, and Bray Wyatt as the leader of World, it does not work for him either. He needs to be a cult leader. He needs to get back to his roots. You know,
I think he needs a break after what the fuck he's been going through for the past couple of weeks to a year. I mean, honestly, the guy needs a break.
that too. Next match on the card we do want to discuss is the Intercontinental Championship match between Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler. We did touch upon this before, but to elaborate, I think this feud ran its course.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is just going to be led to Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre, which I'd rather see.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to put on a good match. I wasn't mad or disappointed for, for their Iron Man match. Again, I think it was the crowd. I think it was the fact that it was the last one. Which, by the way, who puts the IC title match on and not the frickin' WWE title one?
SummerSlam 1992.
But it's so
SummerSlam
dumb.
1992.
Dumb. Though it was dumb.
Oh, stop it.
Again, dumb.
You enjoyed it.
I enjoyed the match, but I didn't enjoy the fact that fucking Rusev should have gotten his crowning achievement of the WWE Championship.
Oh,
that Extreme Rules. That would have been so fucking amazing.
Stop it.
I would have been carrying around that belt
You're
over my waist.
whining.
All right. Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like this is where Dean Ambrose comes back, turns heel against Seth Rollins. There are rumors that this card could change, at least with the Intercontinental Championship. It could be a multi-man match, which is where I could see Finn Balor and Drew McIntyre being involved. Because Finn Balor has nothing going for him right now.
Yeah, the Constable Corbin thing was really
Trash.
It's trash.
Constable Corbin should have won.
Now who's being sad right now? Like, give me a break.
All right, it was a coin flip.
That one was a coin flip one. I don't see how Baron Corbin won. He's got fake authority. Let's talk about Constable Corbin for just 2 seconds on how dumb this gimmick is. All right, you had the perfect opportunity to establish that Baron Corbin has fucking authority at some level when Stephanie McMahon came out to bring her big announcement, which we will talk about later in the show. But never addressed it. Never addressed the gimmick. So Baron Corbin basically shaved off his head, put on a suit, called himself a constable for no goddamn reason. All right? The gimmick is dumb, and the fact that he lost just proves the point. And you're just shuffling your cards and saying nothing to prove my point exactly.
Hey, I was never a fan of Baron Corbin. I just figured it would make sense for him to win.
Well, you were a fan, until he became a constable. Which, by the way, still does not make sense for an authority figure.
No,
I think we've established this before.
No, there are a lot better people.
There are a lot better titles he could have had, not a constable.
Yes.
And I'm not going to give it more breadth than that.
It's just because Constable is an alliteration with Corbin. Constable Corbin.
Man, the guy used to be in the NFL and used to be such a badass, and now he's a constable.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Now he's like giving dollhouses to Finn Balor. All right, next match we're going to talk about is the SmackDown Women's Championship.
I'm excited about
between
this one.
Carmella and Becky Lynch. James Ellsworth has been fired.
Greatly, by the way, by Paige.
Yes.
Thank you.
This is where Becky wins the title.
Absolutely. 100%. Agreed.
This is where Becky wins. Carmella had a good run as heel, but I feel like Becky Lynch can carry it, and I would like to see Becky Lynch defend it at Evolution.
Yeah, I would like that too. Did you see what Jim Ross said about Carmella?
What?
That she thought it was really disrespectful what she did to Asuka after Extreme Rules on that post Extreme Rules thing that they have.
I heard it was something awkward, but I'm not sure exactly what it was.
But man,
what did she do?
She was just doing. I mean, don't get me wrong. She was doing what she was doing well.
Oh, was she pulling a Jinder on Shinsuke?
Kinda on Asuka.
What the hell?
But kinda on Asuka. It's interesting. It's interesting. I like where Carmella is going with her heel persona.
Yeah.
But man, JR, it's a bit much.
Yes.
It's a bit much.
I agree.
All right. The next women's match would be the Raw Women's, Alexa Bliss versus Ronda Rousey. Finally.
Yo, Ronda's gonna fucking murder Bliss.
Oh my god, she's going to absolutely murder her.
Murder. Yep.
Murder.
Yeah. Ronda's gonna kill her. That's my thoughts. I love you, Bliss.
I can't wait for the Ronda's gonna kill you chance at SummerSlam. It's gonna be fucking lit. I'm gonna be so excited.
Gonna break your arm. Or a break her arm chant.
Break her arm.
Wait, do you think she's gonna pull that whole like, oh, Becky tried to break her arm and then Alexa dislocates it.
Oh man, I would love that. That would be great.
That'd be
for the middle of the match, and it's like, oh my god, it'd be like, I did that. You didn't even tap out. I can't believe it. And then fakes it. I mean,
yeah,
that'd be one way for Alexa Bliss to retain it.
Yes.
And I think it'd be interesting because now that we've seen it, it's more established that she's more willing to do something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, Bliss is a boss like that. But Rousey's gonna do it. Holy crap, Rousey's gonna kill her. Who do you think Rousey's gonna be first title defense be against after Bliss? I'm personally thinking Natalya.
I think it's be Natalya too. It's hard to really pinpoint. Maybe Mickey, but I think it also depends on. I'm more interested to be like if she's gonna defend it at the Evolution, which is something we'll talk about later in the show. Who is she gonna face off against that? That I'd be more.
We're gonna talk about that.
I would be very more interested.
Now something I want to bring up though. What do you think of Rousey's booking so far?
It's slow. And I think they're doing it for a reason.
What's the reason?
They're trying. I think for her to get the belt itself. Okay. I think that it could be a little bit faster, but I think they're being protective of her, and I think it's the smart decision to do.
Okay.
I don't know if it's gonna work out the way that they want to, but I think it'll depend on what happens after Rousey gets a belt around her waist.
Yeah, I agree. I like the way Rousey's being built. Because she's being built as a better Brock Lesnar. She's only involved, like, they are really working her as a legit tough girl that really she doesn't need to win #1 contenders matches. She's doing it on reputation alone, but she's hitting it out of the park every single time. She's willing to put in the work, willing to put in the effort, and that's why she's a better Brock Lesnar. She has all the athletic ability, all the legitimate reputation, but she loves the business. She's doing it because she can, not because, it's just an easier way of making money. She's doing
now
it because
if we can have Brock Lesnar have that same fucking attitude, then the Universal title picture will be so much better.
We're going to get to him in a sec. All right,
match I'm most excited about for SummerSlam right now.
WWE Championship, AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe.
Holy shit, we're revisiting TNA right now. I'm so pumped.
Yo, AJ, you're going to get choked out, man.
Oh, choked out. And Samoa Joe's going to get an actual belt in Brooklyn. Oh my god, I'm so excited about this match.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be so fucking lit. I'm so excited about this match. I mean, don't get me wrong, it would have been nice to have Rusev face it, but this
is gonna be nice.
This is gonna be so much nice all around.
Holy crap.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
This is gonna be great. I'm scared to bet against Styles.
I know, but I feel like it would be the right time because what needs to happen for what happens between SummerSlam and what happens at WrestleMania is that a heel needs to be a champion.
For Daniel Bryan to take it.
If he resigns, yes. I feel like that's where they're kind of leading to.
Yes.
That's why. And then we're going to get Samoa Daniels, which is going to be fucking lit. But they need to have a heel. And they don't have that properly with AJ. AJ right now is face completely.
Yes.
And they need to have a heel have it. It would have been nice if The Miz had the contract, which I think we'll talk about before we get to the Reigns-Lesnar things. I think we need to talk about that match too.
It hasn't been confirmed.
It might as well be.
Yes.
But we'll talk about that after this one. It would have been nice for The Miz to have the briefcase for then quickly to cash it in on Daniel Bryan and take it away from him.
Mm-hmm.
But if, let's say, The Miz somehow wins the Royal Rumble, or somehow wins a #1 contendership, the pay-per-view after the Rumble, to face Daniel Bryan, it would be pretty amazing.
What I would like to see is that if Daniel Bryan does not resign, I would like Samoa Joe to be the one. I would like him to be the one that sends him packing.
Yeah, that would be good.
But
too.
I feel like The Miz would do a much better job.
I feel like for the WWE story that we've been kind of waiting for a very long time, it'd be nice for The Miz. I think for marks in general, it'd be a nice homage for Samoa Joe to do it.
Something that I didn't put on the list, but I just remembered is happening. Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens has been announced.
And the stipulation for the match is
the winner gets the Money in the Bank briefcase.
And no matter
in what way.
In what way, yeah. And if Braun Strowman gets disqualified, Kevin Owens still gets the briefcase.
Or if Braun Strowman gets counted out.
I love this. This is a good way for Kevin Owens to get the briefcase.
Kevin is going to get the briefcase.
Absolutely, and it's fucking great, and I love it.
And I
think that this is good character building for Braun, and I think that this is a good way for Kevin Owens to get the briefcase.
All right. So, really bad idea, but really great idea.
All right, go on.
So what if...
All right, I'm listening.
Kevin Owens wins the briefcase,
Mm-hmm.
cashes in to make it a triple threat, and pins Brock Lesnar.
I would both love and hate that at the same time for a couple reasons. One, I think for when that match happens, Braun Strowman is just absolutely going to murder Kevin Owens after the match. Absolutely murder him.
Yes.
And that's how Kevin Owens is going to get it.
Yes.
And I think it would be really dumb because I feel like then Kevin Owens is going to lose it. And that would just absolutely ruin that moment that Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens has.
Yes.
That's if that happens. If, though, Kevin Owens does cash it in, survives whatever, somehow escapes the absolute monster handling that Braun Strowman will give Kevin Owens. And that's a will, not an if, will give Kevin Owens. And then cashes it in to pin Brock Lesnar. That would be the best irony soup ever. I would love it. I would eat it up the entire SummerSlam experience. My problem with it is that then the Roman Reigns experiment continues. And I would fucking hate it.
But then, you know what we can get?
What?
Goldberg winning the Royal Rumble.
Fuck that. No. Fuck
and a
that.
rematch.
No, fuck
from
that.
Fastlane.
No, fuck that. No, I don't want that. No, fuck that. So, my thing and I might as well just talk about Lesnar and Reigns.
We're going to talk about Lesnar Reigns now, yes.
Yeah, might as well talk about that now. So he won a number one contendership against Bobby Lashley.
I'm happy with that.
I'm indifferent, but I want this to be done. Give him the coronation, give him the belt, and just let it blossom that he's going to be finally a heel. Let that actually happen afterwards. Let that be organic, and just end it. Put the nail in the coffin. I'm tired of Brock Lesnar in general having anything to do with a belt for WWE. I'm tired of it. Send him to UFC so Daniel Cormier will beat the shit out of him, and let's leave it at that. But you have something you want to say. Go on.
I'm just listening to you rant.
You like it.
I'm just thinking of commercial breaks that we could do, and it's just our rants, which I feel like would be great commercial breaks. Personally, I've been wanting this for a while. I've been wanting Roman Reigns just to defeat Brock Lesnar at this point.
I mean, we've been waiting since Mania.
Yes.
How long ago was that?
That was... I've been champion for
4 months.
I've been champion for 4 months.
4 months. Up until...
No.
It's as soon as SummerSlam starts, it would be 5 months.
It'd be 4 months at the beginning of August.
4 months at the beginning. So about
near 5 months.
Near 5 months. Absolutely ridiculous.
I agree. I can 100% agree. The fans have been waiting for this, and I feel like Roman will get cheered.
Yeah, but it won't be thunderous like Vince wants it to be.
It's just going to be a
sigh
of
relief.
relief.
Finally,
cheer.
like, good job. Like, it was a good match, and I feel like it will be a good match. Although, if it goes longer than 10 minutes, I feel like it's going to be bad. If it goes longer than 10 minutes, it's going to be bad.
I agree.
And I feel like Roman Reigns is going to fucking hate it, too. I think that he's just as much done with this as the rest of us are. I think he wanted the belt at Mania, knew that Brock Lesnar got the contract, be like, fine, we're going to do it at Greatest Royal Rumble, and be like, nope, he's going to win. And we're all going to be like, what the fuck? And Roman Reigns is like, what the fuck, too? And he's tired of it.
I agree.
I'm tired of it. He's tired of it. We're all tired of it.
Yes. Yeah. Not happy. Well, I think this is going to be a great card. I'm also happy that it's going to be a one-on-one match. I've been saying this from the get-go. Roman should have just won at WrestleMania 31.
Yeah, and
we would have avoided all this.
Yeah, one of the podcasters I listened to, Dave Shoemaker on the Masked Man, he wrote a piece about this. I think for Ringer when he first started, or for Grantland back when that was a thing. Mm-hmm. But he wrote, or Deadspin, or whatever he was on. He wrote about that and said that was probably one of the biggest mistakes for Roman Reigns' career thus far, only because that should have been the spot, and then it would have just been over with.
Yes.
And I think that's that's really what this is all about. Just having this chapter close because it's been going on for almost.
Just think
4
of
years.
it as like Old Yeller, but like with an extra 2 hours.
Too long. Man.
But
and,
like,
not in a good way. Just
that
it's
can be
just too
another
long.
rant, commercial break. I have a lot of rants that I could think of but I agree. You know, Roman, he should have just won at WrestleMania 31. I get the cash. The cash in was one of the greatest moments in history.
It was the best, and
But
it
it
really helped Seth
Fucked
Rollins' career.
over so much stuff. Like, it had such long-term implications that no one could have predicted.
No one initially predicted. I think it wasn't until
WrestleMania 32.
no
33. That we
33
really
when it-
understood what was the consequences of these
Yeah.
actions.
And it's just, oh my God.
I understand. Yeah. But I think this match is this card is gonna be very good. I am very interested to see how they're gonna do it, what they're gonna do, what more additions they're gonna add to the card. You know, you still have Seth.
You still have the U.S. belt. You still have
The United States Championship belt. You have the Raw Tag Team Championships. You have a bunch of other single stars that you've yet to be announced.
I'm pretty sure Bobby Lashley. They might do a triple threat, and they might throw Bobby Lashley.
No, the Universal Championship's already been confirmed. It's locked in with this.
That's locked in. I don't
Yes.
know. I feel like that card might be subject to change still.
I could see Bobby Lashley entering the Intercontinental title picture.
Yeah, so he can reclaim that belt again.
He never had that belt.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't. United States Championship. And
United States. Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking Intercontinental. My bad.
There's a couple things that they could do. And you still have John Cena, who's expected to be announced for it. Undertaker, who's expected to make an appearance as well. It's shaping up to be a great card.
Yeah, it is. Let's talk about some other new stuff because I don't want to talk about I don't want to talk about fucking Brock Lesnar.
That's
and Roman
fine.
Reigns anymore.
Speaking of big events, The Rock has been making a lot of ramblings about making a comeback for WrestleMania, which leads into the big question of WrestleMania 35, The Rock. If he was to return, who would you like to see him verse?
Ooh. Part of me wants to see him versus Roman Reigns
Okay.
for obvious reasons. Seth Rollins would be good. Rusev would be another one. And I know I say Rusev a lot, but I actually do believe that would actually be a good one.
Especially because Rusev and him have history.
Well, I mean, he did just totally say that him and his wife,
Fucked.
yeah, fucked right in front of his face.
Yeah.
And the fact that he would make such an amazing promo about Rusev Day and how much that sucks. And I think that they could have a fun story.
Okay.
Who else? My God, I can't even think of who else. There'll probably be something out there that I just can't think of off the top of my head.
There have been two ramblings so far that have been challenging. One person has been Heath Slater.
Oh, man, I would love that.
Do it for his kids. There's a bigger one, though, that I feel like you would enjoy personally.
All right. I'm listening.
But are you ready to walk?
Oh, my God, yes. Please. Oh, my God,
Oh.
yes. Have it start off as a battle of the bands, then go into fucking wrestling match right there. Book it. That's gold. That would make me turn from wanting to go to the Garden for the New Japan Ring of Honor show straight to WrestleMania. I would absolutely pay money to watch that. Oh my God. Yes, please.
Yep.
The money that will be rolling around for that. And you know what? I will stand in the cold to watch it. That's what I'll do. I'll do it.
Did you listen to his album yet?
Not yet. I've
It's
heard.
so good. He just bashes everybody. I'm like,
You need to make more music now.
yo, he even has a song where he's playing on the piano. He's like, I'm showing off my piano skills just to please you. Like he's just like bashing. I was like, see how skilled I am? And that's what he's singing about. It's like, I'm so skilled. I'm playing on the piano because this is what you guys want. And I'm like,
And yes, he's right. I do want
it's
this.
4 good songs. I will admit it. You
Yeah?
know.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll give it a
Give it
really
a
good
shot.
listen to. I'll give it a really good listen. I've got Spotify Premium. I can listen to no commercials.
Yeah. I would like to see The Rock versus Elias. One
would be pretty interesting that I don't think that they'll do, but it would be interesting. Him and Samoa Joe.
no,
I don't think it would happen, but I think it would be interesting.
no, because then he would have to win the belt.
No, not for a belt. I think it would be if Samoa Joe wins, he gets officially inducted into the family. That would be for gimmick reasons. It'd be funny. I would very much.
There's one I personally want, just because I don't think he's going to be involved in any championship pictures by the time WrestleMania rolls around.
Okay, I'm listening.
It's going to be great versus phenomenal.
Oh boy, that would be interesting. The Rock versus AJ Styles. That'd be interesting.
Imagine the selling between the two of them.
The marks and everyone that loves the fucking Rock watching a wrestling match against the two. That would be amazing.
Would it be great or phenomenal?
Ooh, phenomenally great.
The great one versus the phenomenal one. You know how much of a tagline that is? That's like Alpha versus Omega at this point.
And it would probably headline. That would probably headline. Maybe.
That would be a headliner, yeah.
That might headline.
Imagine we get AJ versus The Rock at Mania in New York.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
The things that could happen. Mr. TNA versus basically Mr. WWE. That right there would be amazing.
I think that would be the match.
That might be the match.
I think
you're facing against someone who could arguably put The Rock over in a Bret Hart way of putting someone over.
Yes.
Like, that's amazing.
I think that would be the match to do. Because here's the thing. AJ was this close to having a match against Shawn Michaels.
Which still up in the air. That might still
Undertaker.
Happen.
He was also supposed to verse.
And he's down the line. Down the line.
No, he was supposed to verse him at Royal Rumble.
No. I think with the Undertaker, it might. I'll put that more of like that's in the realm of fantasy, but that's still believable.
It wasn't
Shawn Michaels.
No, it wasn't fantasy though.
No. I know that it's not. I'm just saying like in the scale of actually like happening in real life, now.
Well, not right now, but like last year.
No, I agree with you on that.
Yeah, like Styles was supposed to cost SmackDown the win. Him and Undertaker were supposed to verse at Royal Rumble.
That would have been amazing.
Undertaker would have won the title, and Cena would have versed Undertaker for the belt.
That would have been amazing. I would have loved that.
Yeah, Cena was supposed to win the Rumble, and that was supposed to be the original plans, but they wanted Cena versus Bella. Cena and Bella versus Miz and Maurice. They wanted that.
Yeah, and they wanted the marriage thing.
And they wanted Taker versus Roman, because they weren't sure how long Taker was going to last.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying, like, in the scale of, like, which one is more believable right now, Undertaker and AJ's, like, a little bit more in the realm of fantasy still, to me. Right? As of right now. Back when Undertaker came back and threatened to dig holes and bury souls, I was like, okay, maybe AJ versus Undertaker would actually be really good. But as of right now,
yeah.
That's more in the realm of fantasy. Michaels versus Styles is still in the realm of that could probably be a thing, and I would very much enjoy that. The Rock versus AJ, though, on the other hand, that one I would actually enjoy just slightly more.
Imagine that press.
Boy. And then he would actually put AJ over as, like, someone to be, you know, a force in WWE that's actually worthy of, you know, beating Roman Reigns clean, let's say.
And because we're on the topic of AJ, like, we're really big AJ marks. WWE contracts are set to expire early next year.
Okay.
AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson.
AJ's not gonna resign.
But I'm just saying those four were the New Japan signings.
Yeah, the big four New Japan signings that we talked about. I think. Actually,
we never talked about.
No, we never talked about it on the podcast. We talked about this before the podcast.
Yes.
Ever even was a thought, and how excited we were about this, and especially when AJ
debuted at the Rumble.
Debuted at the Rumble was the best debut ever.
Yes. So we're gonna go through the list one by one. AJ Styles, I personally do not think that he's going to leave WWE.
No, I think that he's in the place right now where if he's set to retire, he's in the perfect place to do it.
Yes. Shinsuke, on the other hand,
he can go back to New Japan, go back to Chaos, and I think you've stated this before, fight for control over Chaos with Okada. And then if he does, then face Kenny for the IWGP Heavyweight belt, win it, and then face Naito. Like, there's so many things you could do with that.
And in addition to that, NJPW is trying to poach Shinsuke. They're trying to recruit him back because of the success he's had in WWE.
Well, yeah.
Quote-unquote success. Because of his name means so much more now. they're trying to use him for the American expansion.
Yeah, and if you put him in a match, let's say against, I don't know, Chris Jericho, let's say.
Or Cody Rhodes.
And you put that, if they do another Garden show, not this year, but the following year. Well, not this year coming up, but like in 2020.
Yeah.
New Japan could be butting into the American market right now, and that'd be pretty interesting.
Well, think of it this way. Nakamura's contract is set to expire before the Garden.
It's possible he could show up and
it expires in January, if I remember correctly. January, February.
If he doesn't re-sign, then he goes. It's possible.
Yeah, he could show up as a late addition.
Yeah, I could believe that. Or he does, or it's not now announced, but then he shows up after. I could believe that.
Exactly. I feel like Shinsuke, out of everyone, is going to leave because his main roster, ever since Sami Zayn, I'll be completely honest, he's been a shell of his former self.
Yeah. It's sad to say. That match, I could still rewatch that Sami Zayn match and be like, man, that should have been you now.
Yeah.
Like, it was perfect. Everything about it. The build-up for the match itself, and the moment that match ended. And then after that, nothing.
Yes. I agree 100%. I feel like Shinsuke will leave. I don't think that he's going to stay in WWE. I think the reason why he never watched WWE before. He wanted to go to WWE because he heard about it, and he's like, you know what? Why shouldn't I?
Yeah.
He did it to expand his repertoire. And
that's not that is a selfish thing, but that's not like a bad thing to do.
It's not I wouldn't consider it selfish. I would consider it intelligent.
No, it is. If he knew this going into this contract and made a deal like, hey, let me do this, and eventually when we try bullying into the American market, my name will actually mean more to you guys at that point. Yeah, you can offer me more money.
Oh no,
but I think that he might. What I'm trying to get to is that he might have foreseen New Japan trying to get into the American market. That's all I'm trying to get to. I don't know if he's that
possible, but I don't know.
I'm not going to go into, like, the shady undergrounds of, like, business dealings of wrestling, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, it's kind of possible that Shinsuke kind of knew that this product is very good. Getting to the American market would be pretty amazing. And if my name's in there, I could be one of the guys to build around. So it's possible.
Now we're on to now let's move to the topic of Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson.
I think they're going to stay. I think that they're
comfortable.
Especially Carl Anderson. I actually go on Instagram and I see some of what Carl Anderson posts. There's freaking his kids mimicked AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura, and one of his kids nut-butted the other kid as Nakamura.
That's
and
awful.
doing the Too Sweet. So I think that they're in a comfortable spot. Plus, I think they're gonna start building a new faction. I think Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows are gonna be a part of that.
I agree.
And they're usually really good at building factions.
Yes.
And hopefully...
just like a one-man band.
Yeah, exactly.
3MB. Baby. But I feel like, I do feel like they're going to stay. I feel like that they're comfortable. They know how the WWE system works, and they're okay with it. I feel like Shinsuke will leave, though. He has so much wasted potential.
Yeah, I feel like, he's the only one that would. I feel like they really underwhelmed him. There was a YouTuber that I used to watch, and he talked about this specifically. And he said, if we don't treat the Nakamura like the Brock Lesnar of Japan, then they basically squandered him. And they did. They didn't let him do a lot of the strong style stuff. And I get that it's dangerous, and that's not exactly what WWE is
for. But that's bull, though. That's his character. That's the reason you signed him in the first place.
I know, and he partially did it. He partially did it in that match against Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn's ready for it. Finn Balor, I think, was potentially ready for it, but they never really... For some reason, that match never lived up to that potential. Samoa Joe could have been doing that, too.
It's like
Bobby Roode couldn't be with Nakamura.
They were always hesitant to pull the trigger with Nakamura.
Yeah, they just don't... They don't like Japanese strong style. And I get it. It is dangerous. Mm-hmm. Jim Ross got his rib cage, cracked a little bit.
That wasn't even strong style, though.
No,
that was just Japanese style.
Yeah, but it was still around that, and it is dangerous, even for people, outside of it, if they're not, being aware of their surroundings.
I understand.
I think that they like the British strong style better, which is why they pulled the trigger on NXT UK and everything surrounding Pete Dunne, essentially.
Yeah.
So I think that
but
they
that's
like that
also
style.
like under Triple H's. I feel like if Triple H was able to do more with NXT.
Yeah, I mean, he's around NXT, I mean, most. And we'll talk about, that implication when we talk about
Let's talk about it now, because this is something I've been wanting to talk about since we started the podcast.
Okay.
And this is what we're going to leave off with until the commercial break.
Do you want to talk about the commercial break, or do you want to get through these last 2 points first?
Well, we already talked about the last point I put on there.
But yeah, the good point. So you don't want to talk about this one first?
No, that's what I'm talking about. That's the last point.
NXT? Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Holy shit, Ciampa's champion!
Yeah!
Oh my god. All right, so I was late to the podcast specifically to watch this match, and holy crap.
How good was it?
Oh my god. Ciampa's a piece of shit. Holy crap. Yo, I've never seen someone throw a dude into the barricade so many times and literally try and break him in half. Everything Ciampa did, he looked like he legitimately wanted to kill Alistair. Like, holy crap. It was crazy. The psychology of it was amazing. I still hate Ciampa. Like, I was shocked. I knew the outcome going into the match, but I was still shocked. Like, he fucking won? Like, are you... and I'm so, like... I don't want him to be champion. Like, I do and I don't. Like, great person to be champion, but, like, son of a bitch, why are you champion?
Well, the reason why he's champion is so Johnny Gargano, either at this coming pay-per-view, at the next, or the following takeover, is going to be NXT champion.
Ciampa's not going to lose the title until Mania. My personal opinion. They're going to revisit it with Gargano versus Ciampa at WrestleMania weekend.
I hope that they do, and I hope they keep them away decently.
Yeah.
Decently.
Holy crap, though. That was an intense match. It was intense. Like Ciampa's one of those... Like, he is probably the only true heel left in WWE. He's not cool. At all.
He's a dick.
He is a true dick. Like, what the fuck? This guy spits on wedding rings. He literally uses a crutch to beat the holy hell out of every person he sees. He blasts everybody on Twitter. Like, this guy's just a complete dick. He fights grandmas. Like, how do you cheer for this motherfucker?
I don't know, but man, what character, man. I don't like him as a person, but man, that character though, wow.
He's a fucking dick. He's not even funny.
No, it's not. Well,
he's just an ass.
There's one that is funny, but I'm bringing it up as we speak.
I'm gonna be look, Kevin Owens and Miz cannot touch this guy as being a heel. Like, the one true heel is Tommaso Ciampa. No one likes this motherfucker. No one. Only the smarkiest of marks love this dude. Fuck Ciampa. Only reason why I want Ciampa to win is so I can keep my belt. Otherwise, fuck Ciampa. This guy's a dick. You know.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing much more to say. I mean, that's why his character is so good. I mean, you could hate it all you want. And trust me, I don't really like him right now. But man, he's done very well with his character. Like, I think the reason why we like Joe and Miz is because we kind of feel like they're not like that outside. I think the reason why we don't like Ciampa is, like, we actually believe that he actually acts this way outside the ring. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what makes it work. That's why I like it. That's why I can't wait for Johnny Gargano to take that belt off.
Gargano has to take the belt off.
He has to take it out.
Holy crap.
Oh, my God.
Like, Ciampa is the CJ of their group.
Wow.
Of NXT.
Well, you're not that hated. Calm down. Calm yourself down. If anything, you're more like the Velveteen Dream. And that's a compliment.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's do one more commercial break, and then we'll talk about the women's pay-per-view.
Hello, Audio Marks. I am one of your Marks for Life podcast, so CJ, coming to talk to you about Patreon. Patreon is a place where you guys can go online and pledge your support to your favorite music artists, to your favorite artists, and even your favorite podcasts, like us. we at Marks for Life podcast have our own Patreon page, and we are always appreciative of our Marks for Life podcast pledges. So for only $1 a month, you too can also pledge your support to us. But that's not all. With $2 a month, you can get all of our podcast episodes, as well as a special shout out from the Shield of Wrestling podcast, Jimmy, CJ, and Joe. And even further, you can get all of that with $3 a month, plus a follow back on Twitter and Instagram. So, what are you guys waiting for? Head on over to Patreon at patreon.com. Search for us at Marks for Life Podcast. And we'll see you then, Audio Marks. Thank you very much. Back to the show. Was good!
And we're back.
Bring that back.
Wow,
Bring
really?
that back.
Oh my god.
Never
you're terrible.
fucking left.
You're terrible.
Yo, we do that at my job.
Yeah?
Yeah, we go, what's up? And they go, what's up? I'm like, damn it. But, all right. Yo, big topic right here. On Monday night, there have been a lot of rumors, and we've been talking about this on the podcast for about a month, discussing this, because there were rumors about an all-women's roster pay-per-view show. We weren't sure, and we've been talking about this for a while. If you want to check out our predictions of how it would be, you can also check out our previous podcast. Me, Joe, and Jared did go into depth about the possibilities and the pros and cons of it. But now that it's official, it has been announced by Stephanie McMahon that WWE is going to host its first ever all-women's pay-per-view. And it's going to be conducted on Long Island at Nassau Coliseum. Holy crap! We're going to get Evolution. That's right. We're going to get Triple H, Batista, Ric Flair, and Randy Orton.
I knew that joke was coming.
Yo! Holy crap!
Oh, boy.
All right, I just had to throw that. All right, before we get into it, I just wanted, now that we're going to talk about this right here, right now, before we get into any of this. So the pay-per-view is called Evolution. We have Triple H, Batista, Randy Orton, and Ric Flair. Out of the four horsewomen of
WWE.
Yeah, out of the four whores of WWE, out of the four horsewomen of WWE, who would be which?
Shit. That's a tough one. I think, and I'm saying this on personality alone. Sasha Banks would be the Triple H.
Okay.
Becky Lynch would be Randy. Batista would be Bailey.
No.
And Charlotte. Yes, I have my reasons though why. And Charlotte would be Triple H.
So they're both Triple H, Charlotte, and.
No, Charlotte is Rick.
Yes.
And, but I have my reasons why Bailey is that. It's because Batista complimented on her butt.
That was Kurt Angle.
No, that was
Kurt Angle.
No, it was also Batista too.
Oh my god. Or no,
I think it was Kurt Angle, and then Batista commented and be like, "Yep."
What was it? I would put Becky as Batista because she has like a weird kind of like charisma. I would put I would kind of put Bailey as Ric Flair.
All right.
I would put Sasha as Triple H, and I would put Randy Orton as Charlotte.
Okay.
Personally, because I could see, because Charlotte plays off that pedigree like crazy.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I see more Randy Orton than Ric Flair.
All right.
And Ric Flair's arguably not as good, is a great wrestler, but I feel like Randy Orton has him beat.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird question. But we're gonna go into the Evolution pay-per-view. I'm personally gonna try and go. I'm gonna do my best to go. If I have the money, I'm going to go.
All right. I think, man, I wish that they were released like ticket pricings earlier before they announced the actual tickets on sale.
Yes.
That way I could properly plan out it, because I really want to attempt to go to this one.
Yes.
I really want to attempt to bring Rena, my girlfriend, to this one too, because I feel like it would be such an interesting way of bringing women into like the wrestling world.
I don't think Nicole's gonna show up, but that's beside the point.
No, but it would be. I mean, it depends on who else they bring to the show.
Yeah.
But I feel like that this is a great idea WWE's done, even though it's complete response to what happened at the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Now, Jimmy, I wanted to leave the floor to you for this first thing. Your thoughts on the WWE Evolution pay-per-view. I know you've been clamoring for women to get something like this for many podcasts.
Yes. Many
podcasts. We've had a couple discussions about this. We've had a lot of topics about this. Your thoughts on the Greatest Royal Rumble were very, very pointed about the women. I want to hear your thoughts. I'm going to give you the whole floor.
Okay. So, as the whole concept goes, it's great. This is a good, real, actual step towards probably an interesting way of not just for women in general, but for even pay-per-views themselves. I think that this is definitely a complete response to what happened at the Greatest Royal Rumble. There's no way of denying that, especially considering that this is going to be held in October, and in the following month, it's possible that they're going to go back to Jeddah for another pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia for just solely the men. So there's that to look. So there's that going into it. I think that before I dive into the women aspect of it, the pay-per-view aspect of it, I think that this might be an interesting turning point if this goes well, because this is really a true themed pay-per-view event outside of WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank for that matter, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. This is really outside the scope of, those ones that has like a theme to it. And by that I mean like the Royal Rumble, it's really based on, this is the real stepping stone into the WrestleMania season. WrestleMania being the climax of everything everyone's done from after last WrestleMania to right now. Money in the Bank being, there's an opportunity for someone to make a name for themselves, essentially. SummerSlam being the one that completely turns the head on WWE upside down, essentially. And Survivor Series now being basically where the brands get to duke it out.
Yes.
Which is good. I like that they went that direction for Survivor Series, like from the past couple of years that it hasn't been that. But I like where that's going. But for this could be an interesting solution that they have to their pay-per-view dilemma, where because another part besides it being too long and not the right certain people getting on the card or not getting on the card, but having like an overall theme for pay-per-views themselves. This one's solely dedicated to the women. One can be dedicated to cage matches. One can be just for tag teams. One can be just for, in the United Kingdom, because they've been clamoring for a pay-per-view on their own for a very long time, and I kind of hope that they do get their own. And I think it'd be really good for us. They're obviously going to do more pay-per-views for like Jeddah. They're going to be doing more stuff in Australia because they're about to do that one coming up soon. So I think for a pay-per-view aspect, this could be an interesting stepping stone. So I really hope that this one goes well. For the women's side of it, this is exactly what the women need right now. I'm still a proponent that they should do intergender, but I think I have to dial it back. I had to reevaluate it because I think you were right. They have to dial it back. They're not there yet. But this is where they need to be. So my hope is that it's going to go well, and based on how the Royal Rumble went, based on how well the Mae Young Classic, which the finals are going to be held at this pay-per-view as well, this is going to be a really good pay-per-view. There's a lot going on, and it's also going to be surrounded by one key idea that this is just for the women. Everyone can enjoy it, but this is solely the women. It's our turn to not only take center stage, but to take all the stage.
Yes.
So I think that this is a good step. I don't think it's derogatory in any sense. I think that, if anything, this is maybe bring women into more of a more enjoying wrestling, and maybe diversifying, the key target audience for wrestling. Not just kids, not just the 18 to 25 or 34-year-old male men, mostly white men, who enjoy this. But hopefully, bring something different to the table. I think that this would be good.
All right.
So, that's my overall positive view on Evolution. Now, you wrote down thoughts on the name. This has Triple H written all over it, which is both good and bad. And I think the obvious bad part of it is that an all-male group is being named for this pay-per-view about women. I mean, that's just like a little, thing. But if you dial it back, you got to look at everyone who's in it so far. Everyone on that stage that Stephanie and Triple H brought forward to announce it, those are all Triple H's girls. I mean, not to be derogatory in any way, shape, or form of that, but he literally brought them up from NXT to be on the main roster. That's all of them.
Yes.
So, I mean, give or take, the Mickie Jameses and the Natalias, or even the Bellas, because I think they're going to be going, which would be amazing. and potentially some other women who I think we're going to be talking to later on. Correct?
Yes.
All right. Besides those ones, I mean, those are all Triple H's essentially kids. Besides, Dusty's kids and all that. I mean, they're Triple H's. He helped them bring, their characters, their wrestling prowesses to life, and that's a really good thing. And I think even during when he was talking, he was being a little choked up and a little red in the face, and because he was proud, and I don't blame him. And something interesting I was noticing while this is kind of happening. Yes, Stephanie kind of took the main spot of this, but she did it in a way that was a little bit different than all the other times she's ever talked about doing something first ever. I don't know. There was something different about it that I didn't hate initially that I did all the other times. This one felt different. And, I'm happy about it. I'm actually generally happy about it. Okay, let's move on to the next part of this. You said over 50 participants.
Yes.
For what? For just
That's what has been announced. Over 50 participants from Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and Legends.
Okay, so
which also leads into Nikki Cross being at the announcement. There was no other NXT stars there except for Nikki Cross.
So that means she's basically moving up probably after SummerSlam,
or at SummerSlam,
which is gonna be awesome, and I'm gonna love that. Which then means if, let's say by some happenstance that Carmella comes out of SummerSlam the victor, Nikki Cross is waiting for her. She's gonna fucking die.
Oh yeah.
And that's if Carmella wins. If Becky wins, ooh, we just got a pretty good series going on for the next couple pay-per-views, even leading up to Evolution. So I'm gonna be pretty excited about what happens for the SmackDown women. That's for sure. And then that's for over 50 participants. I mean,
there's probably going to be a Royal Rumble, like a Battle Royal.
Battle Royal probably to kick it off. I could believe that. 30 entrants and then 20 people having regular matches.
Or maybe even 20, 30.
Well, 20 and then a 30-person Battle Royal, let's say, and then 20 other wrestlers are going to have actual decent matches. That's not a bad idea. I think that'd be pretty good.
Yes.
I wonder if they're going to bring up the Vagina Trophy for that and crown a new Vagina Trophy winner for that one.
I'm good.
Or bring up a new one and put freaking, I don't know, Sable or something on it just to give Brock Lesnar one more thing before
I'm not thinking about that right
before
now.
he leaves or something like that. I don't know.
I'm not thinking about that right now.
But you said Legends are set to appear though. Have
Yes.
there been any confirmed ones?
Yes.
Because I did hear something interesting that I would really like.
Trish Stratus and Lita have both been confirmed to be there in some capacity.
Okay, so there was something that I overheard, but I believe this is still to be rumor, but not set yet. I would love to see Mickie James versus Trish Stratus one more time at Evolution.
Okay.
That would be amazing.
All right. We're going to get into that because at the very end I have booking.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be fun.
Okay.
But what other legends would you like to see return?
I would like to see Lay Cool come back, but actually Lay Cool themselves, not just Michelle McCool, but Layla to come back.
Yes.
And face off against the Iconics. That would be cool. That'd be a cool little moment. It would be cool to see some of the NXT girls versus Team WWE or something like that. If they're doing the Mae Young Classic, I think
we're gonna get into that as well.
We're gonna get into the final. Okay, that's gonna be really cool, and I'm pretty excited about that. I would like for them to do an announcement for women's tag team division after the Evolution.
You didn't read through this, did you? I covered all my bases, man.
Yeah, you really did. Ladies and gentlemen, I've never seen a format this laid out. I usually make them, so I've never seen it this laid out before. So again, props to you.
See, when I have time, I can do a really good fucking format.
But some sort of announcement of something very good to happen. I would like to see an announcement, and this is something interesting. After the main titles have been decided, I would like to see an announcement of the women reunifying their main titles.
I don't agree about that one. I'm good.
Only because I'm tired of the brands having different women's championships. I would like for the brand, because I would like the brands to also have a bigger prominent role into this new near future Fox brand split kind of scenario to happen. but I don't know if that's gonna happen. But it'd be nice to see.
Something that I want to bring up. You did bring up the Mae Young Classic, and you brought up the women's tag team titles. Potential introduction. Let's go first into the Mae Young Classic. I put together a list of names to note in the Mae Young Classic that have been announced currently. Honorable mentions do include Mia Yim, Deonna Purrazzo, Mercedes Martinez.
The fun ones from last year's
Exactly.
Mae Young Classic. Yeah.
But I'm gonna announce. I'm gonna go into specifically some people that I feel like should be really ones to look out for as potential winners or going far. Io Shirai.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
All right, Io Shirai. She was part of the same stable as Kairi Sane.
Oh,
She was actually supposed to come up at the same time, but she had injuries. She had medical issues.
Okay.
But now she's been signed officially.
Okay, that's good.
She's gonna make her debut.
Okay, cool.
You have what's her name? Casey Catanzaro.
Catanzaro. Okay.
Yes.
Yep, that's how you say it.
She is the American Ninja Warrior contestant that was announced last year.
I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that one.
Yes. So she's also going to be there as well. And I put her on the list as a name that I don't know if will win, but I feel like can go far. And I'd like to see how she progresses, especially as an American Ninja Warrior contestant. We don't really get that in WWE or NXT or in wrestling. So I feel like it'd be very interesting to see that.
Fair enough. Plus, they gotta keep the USA crowd interested. So
Yes. We have Caitlyn making her return.
excited about that.
Yes, I'm
Like
very
Caitlyn.
excited.
Like Caitlyn a lot.
She has the same status as someone of Serena Deeb from last year, in my opinion. But more status than that because she's held championships. She's put on great matches. Serena never really had that opportunity in WWE, but she brings that nostalgia factor back and then some.
Yeah, she's the nostalgia pick, just like Deebs was for that. Yeah,
Yes.
that makes sense.
I put on Meiko's Satomura.
Okay, I don't know who that
She
is.
is considered a Japanese legend
Okay.
in Japanese women's wrestling at the age of 23.
23.
And I believe she's been
My
wrestling.
damn.
She's been wrestling for about 11 years, or
So that means
or 9
at-
years. 9 years. She's been there
Okay,
since
so-
like 13, 14.
So 13, 4. Damn.
Yes,
All right, so that's gonna be fun.
and
to
she's
watch.
had classics against Io Shirai and stuff. She's really she's supposed to be considered like the face of Japanese women's wrestling.
All right.
Like bigger name than Asuka, bigger name than Io Shirai, Kairi Sane.
Interesting.
She's supposed to
interesting.
be really big. So the fact that they got her into the tournament is going to be very interesting. I don't know if they're going to sign her under an NXT contract, but if they can, that'd be amazing. And the last name I have on the list is Toni Storm.
The winner. The absolute 100% the winner. There's no doubt in my mind. The winner. 100% the winner.
I don't think so.
I think that she's
You
going to
know why? Because I feel like she's going to be the NXT UK Women's Champion, and she's going to be focused on that.
Fair enough. I understand that.
Yes.
I'm just saying they wouldn't have put her so prominently if it doesn't mean that she's going to at least go far.
She's going to go far, I agree, but I do not think
Like,
she's
at
going to
least she's going to be in the finals. I think that she's going to be at the finals for the Mae Young Classic.
I'm going to give you a different one, but we're going to go into that later. But the thoughts on the Mae Young Classic, I feel like they have a lot of good names in there, and a lot of returning names too, which would be very good. I'm a little upset they weren't able to get Tessa Blanchard, but I can understand she's part of TNA. Someone I would have liked them to obtain, personally, would have been someone like Velvet Sky.
Yeah, that would have been sweet.
That would have been very interesting
But
to
I think
see.
she's doing stuff for Ring of Honor now.
Okay.
I think so.
Well, that's
I think
understandable
so.
then. Well,
I
she's
think
with
so.
Bully Ray.
Well, she's with Bully Ray, so yeah, there's stuff with that.
Gail Kim's not making a return, which is
sad.
It's sad, but I understand. They fucked her up too many times.
Yeah, but if Gail Kim was in that, ooh,
Yeah.
she
different
would
story.
she would have been probably one of the picks in the finals for that one. I would have loved to see Gail Kim. Honestly, I miss Gail.
Gail was very
And
good.
I don't think I get Pop TV, so I don't get to see Gail Kim on TNA anymore. Oh well.
Fair enough. But the Mae Young Classic looks like it's going to be shipping up into something very good. But something with the introduction to the women's tag team titles. There's rumors that it's going to be announced. They're going back and forth with it.
Yeah, because I think I think they can't do too much as far as
they would do it a cross brand.
good.
So it would be between all three brands.
Oh, even for that's a good idea. I like
exactly.
That. Would it be just the 3 or would it be 4?
3.
NXT UK. Oh no,
No, I don't think so. I think NXT UK is too small.
Fair enough. I think that's a good idea. I like that. But I mean, that's why I think they should be doing that for all the belts. But we'll see what happens for later down the road. But let's focus on.
All right.
I think they should announce it at Evolution. They shouldn't do it before.
I think they should do a tournament.
I think that they announced the tournament at Evolution. I don't think they should end it. Only because there's going to be 2 championship women's three women's championship matches, and then the finals for a tournament. I feel like that's going to be just too much all at once. I think that they should be putting in something special that's not. I hate saying that for a wrestling show, but something special that's not truly wrestling related. In the sense of like a match.
I'm going to disagree. I feel like the tag team championships, if it's to be unveiled as a women's tag team championship, I feel like the best way to do it would be at the first ever all-women's pay-per-view.
The finals of it or the
finals?
Oh, okay.
I feel like that'd be the best way to really grab people. My personal opinion.
Well, I disagree because if they're going to do something interesting, it's going to keep you updated and like, oh, there's going to be stuff going on the network that you got to catch up and see. It would make sense if they just announce it then. And then it spreads out throughout the entire year leading up to, I don't know, something interesting.
Okay. All right. So let's get into something that I thought of last minute and a booking scenario for WWE Evolution. We don't have to say all the matches. We don't have to use every women. But I threw together a list that I thought of that I feel like would be really cool to do.
Okay.
All right. So my thoughts on the WWE Evolution pay-per-view, some matches that we could potentially see, how I would like to book the card. Renee Young and Beth Phoenix on commentary.
Yes. Only women on commentary. I agree with that.
Lillian Garcia as the ring announcer.
Yes.
All right. So we have a cross-brand match between Ember Moon and Asuka.
Yeah, I would like that.
Okay. The finals of the Mae Young Classic would be Io Shirai versus Meiko Satomura. I feel like it'd be a really good, hard-hitting Japanese fight that would be very good as a Mae Young Classic winner, and it could potentially put Io Shirai into versing the NXT Women's Championship. A great way to introduce her, just the same way as Kairi Sane.
I feel like you should switch one of those competitors with Toni Storm, only because they wouldn't have put Toni Storm in the way that she is if it wasn't going to be that she was
now what now
I mean, that's me personally, but
I know
it'd still be good.
What if they put Toni Storm in the NXT UK Women's Championship on the pay-per-view as well?
Ooh.
What if they put her in there instead?
That's tough, man. Oof. Man, I think I would want to see that championship match more. Okay. And then who would be her opponent then?
I'd personally like to see Piper Niven. I feel like that'd be really cool.
Is she? I haven't seen any UK NXT.
Neither have I.
Okay. That's something I think we need to do a homework on.
Yes. But definitely I would like to see Toni Storm on the pay-per-view or maybe even win the Battle Royal. I feel like that'd be a great introduction.
Yeah, like have the Battle Royal be like the official opener of the thing, but if they're going to do a pre-show, have the like last match of like the pre-Evolution thing be Asuka versus Ember Moon, and then have like another like fun triple threat tag team match or something like that, or like a three-person tag team match.
All right. Next one I have on the list, the Bella Twins versus Alexa Bliss and Mickie James.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. Yeah.
I was having either the Bellas or Lay Cool.
I think Lay Cool should face the Iconics, and like have that be a even though it's kind of like overstated and a little bit of a cliche to keep saying this, but I was like passing the baton over to be like, you guys could be the bad bitches of WWE now. You guys could be like the mean girls now.
I have something different. The Iconics versus Sasha Banks and Bayley in the finals of the women's tag team title match.
Oh, man. Do you think they're going to give up completely on the whole Sasha Bayley feud?
No, I feel like it's going to implode at Evolution. Either that or I agree that
who's going to turn on who? Who's going to be the one shaking the other person's neck? I thought you were my friend.
It's going to be one of two things. It's either Banks and Bayley, they have a match at Evolution against each other.
That's what I'm thinking.
It would be Iconics versus, I would say, the Bella Twins for the tag team championships.
That would be fun.
Or Banks and Bayley implode at WWE Evolution.
All right. I could see that. I think that it's more likely that we'll see a match between Bayley and Sasha, and hopefully at that point the story actually makes sense, because as of right now it does not.
Oh yeah, it's all fucked up.
It's been fucked up for a while, and it's sad because it's such an easy thing to do. You literally just do Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, and that's it.
Oh, WWE doesn't know what NXT is. I'm not sure if you realize that.
I don't think. Yeah, you're right.
They're like, what's an NXT? What, I thought we saw.
I remember there was a rhinestone belt that Paige used to wear beforehand, but I believe she just used that for her sex tape. I mean, I don't remember that one at all.
I thought we still used OVW. We're still waiting for the Spirit Squad to come back. What the hell? There's new letters. Like, just besides the point.
Is Al Snow still in charge over there? What's going on?
Yeah. But I'm gonna go into NXT Women's Championship match. Shayna Baszler defending against Candice LeRae, and this would be her coronation.
Yeah, I like that idea. I like that one.
All right. Now time to get the big stuff.
Oh, boy. Big stuff. I like
SmackDown Women's Championship. Becky Lynch defends against Charlotte. Or actually, no. I have something better.
That's not bad.
I have something better. I just thought of something better. Becky Lynch defends against Lita.
Ooh, that's interesting. I don't think that you're wrong, but I think it would be better if they encapsulated a series of matches between Becky Lynch and Nikki Cross, though. I feel like that would be so much better.
That would be very good.
That'd be so good. It would be like the like a best out of 7 series that Cesaro and Sheamus did, but for an actual belt this time, and it would be good. I would. Well, yeah.
I agree.
I think that'd be really good. I think that'd be good.
But here's the final one. And I think you will shit your pants.
Shit my pants. All right.
Raw Women's Championship main event.
Okay.
Ronda Rousey.
Okay.
Defends.
I think I know who you're about to say, but go on.
Against Trish Stratus. Was that what you thought I was going to say?
Yeah. I like it. Man, that just chills up. It brings chills in my spine, that's for sure. I think that's good.
I think that might be the direction they go.
That might be the direction that they go. I think that would make Ronda really happy, because I think that's something she would really want to do. I think it would make Trish actually pretty happy, because I think she likes Ronda Rousey as a performer and a person. And I think that would really cross over very well with everybody. I think, though I like it, I think that for me personally, I would have much preferred to see a rehashing of some old feuds that the women have had throughout the ages.
That's why I was also thinking Lay Cool versus Mickie James and Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, I know, but I think that it would be I think it would be good for something like that. Would be like passing the torch over. That's the thing I was talking about, not passing the baton.
Well, I get you,
but there needs to be something that connects it to the past that like really shaped women's wrestling in WWE. And I think something cool would have been Mickie James versus Trish Stratus, because that was one of the best WrestleMania matches ever.
I agree, but I feel like Trish Stratus versus Ronda would really grab headlines.
Oh no, it would, and I agree with you. That would be.
I would like to see, or perhaps Victoria versus Lita, if I remember correctly. That was a huge feud steel cage match, or is that, or Molly Holly making an appearance?
I think Molly Holly's going to be in the Battle Royal.
Nah, I don't. I think she could be.
I think so.
Probably.
Or they have like some like the top 5 best women of WWE right now versus like 5 of the best women from the old. So it's like Trish Stratus, Lita, Molly Holly, Michelle McCool, and Beth Phoenix. Like Beth Phoenix, like they pull not something stupid like that, but they pull some like backstage Twitter beef between let's say post SummerSlam between Beth Phoenix and like I don't know, Carmella or something like that, or not Carmella. Who would be someone that would be good against Beth Phoenix?
Personally, I would have liked to see Beth Phoenix versus Nia Jax.
Yeah, let's say that there's Twitter beef between Beth Phoenix and Nia Jax.
Oh,
and then out of nowhere, from the announce table, she takes off like her jacket, and it shows that she's wearing a wrestling attire, and she's ready to go in that ring.
Personally,
and take it on.
I'd rather have Nia Jax being Beth Phoenix be announced, and instead of Beth Phoenix being on the announced team, personally, Lita.
That'd be cool too.
Lita and Renee Young, because they also have really good chemistry. I'm not sure if you've ever seen their unfiltered segments, but they're very funny together. So I feel like that would be really cool.
I think that would be good. And then Beth Phoenix versus Nia Jax. I would like to see that a lot.
Yeah.
like power versus power, I feel like that would be amazing.
Or they do a tag team between Beth Phoenix and Natalya, bring that tag team together and do something.
Versus Nia Jax and Tamina Snuka, perhaps.
And that's how you bring back Tamina Snuka. Yeah, I would like that a lot.
Something else I wanted to bring up. The last 2 4 horsewomen have been signed into NXT.
I think
the last 2. So
I think they're gonna have what they did for Takeover Brooklyn, the first one, where all 4 of the WWE horsewomen or NXT horsewomen at the time were all in the ring and they all shared a big hug with each other. I think that's what's gonna happen with the real 4 horsewomen of MMA and with Ronda, Shayna, and the other 2.
I have a better idea. All right, so I remembered that they're there. What if we have them win the women's tag team championships? Shayna Baszler retains against Candice LeRae.
Okay.
Ronda Rousey retains.
Okay.
So Ronda Rousey at the very end of the show, she's celebrating. Charlotte comes out, makes her return, technically, quote unquote. Looks at Ronda, looks at the belt. And you see Baszler and the tag team champions come out. And then you see the rest of the 4 horsewomen come out. And then they make a match at Survivor Series.
About to get a little graphic right now. My erection at that point would be straight out of my pants. That's how amazing that would be. And I know that's a bit graphic. And I'm sorry for that. Even to the listeners listening to that. But, man, I would enjoy the shit out of that. So much.
I really should be a booker.
You really should be a booker. I think I would be literally jumping the air if I actually go to that event. I'd be like, yes! God, yes!
All right, this is where you don't bring Rena.
Yeah, this is why I don't bring Rena, just for that moment. And if for some reason she's listening to this, I'm sorry, baby.
She wouldn't listen for an hour and a half.
Yeah, she probably wouldn't listen to us for an
hour
and a
half. But I'm being completely honest. I could easily see them going that route as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they're doing it... Yeah, especially because here's the thing.
There's got to be some real story building going on.
That would be a 4 horsewomen stable, dominating both NXT and Raw, and SmackDown technically because of the crossband promotional between the women's tag team titles. You know how awesome that would be?
Oh, boy, it'd be great. It would be amazing.
And they've been the other 2 members, I believe, Jessamine Duke and. Some other woman. I know Roderick Strong's wife.
Yeah, hold on. Let me look it up.
Yeah. Because they just had their first match at NXT and an NXT live event this past week. And they were a tag team. So I could easily see that and just have them dominate. And I feel like that would be really cool. Like an undisputed era. Or like there's just so many ways you could go with this.
Okay, hold on. I got something. Hold on.
Okay, so... there it is. Marina Shafir.
Yeah, so Ronda Rousey, Marina Shafir, who
Shafir.
I believe... Shafir. I think that one's Roderick.
No, it's Jessamine.
Jessamine? Okay, my apologies. My apologies to that. Yeah, and then Shayna Baszler, who, is the queen of spades, who is probably one of the best NXT wrestlers I've seen in quite a while.
Yes.
Post 4 horsewomen, and Asuka, and then Jessamine Duke. All right.
I could easily see the 4-on-4, and they set it up from Evolution into Survivor Series as the main event.
Oh boy, yeah, I would love that so much. Oh boy.
And then you have Ronda defeat Charlotte in the last of it. Charlotte takes her revenge. I could see Charlotte winning the Rumble. And then having her defeat Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's Tag Team. Raw
and
Women's
then it would
Championship.
probably close the book on Ronda Rousey unless she wants to stay in WWE. But that'd be a nice little neat package for Ronda to go out on. So I agree with that. It'll be nice, I like that. I like that a lot.
They don't call me the predictions champion for nothing, man.
Should also call you the Booker champion as well.
Hell
and on that note, that is the podcast for this week. Glad to be back, guys.
Woo! Thank you, everyone, for staying tuned to our podcast. Special shout out to the Sachem Public Library for the continued use of their equipment and space. Continue supporting us by rating and subscribing through Patreon, Audio Boom, Stitcher, TuneIn, Castbox, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Play Music, and Apple Podcasts at Marks for Life Podcast. And now, check out our YouTube channel, Marks for Life, for our podcast playlist and other content. Please follow us on our social media on Twitter at Marks for Life Pod, Instagram at Marks for Life Podcast, our Tumblr page, Marks for Life Podcast, and our Facebook page, Marks for Life Podcast. And email us at marksforlifepodcast@gmail.com for any questions, comments, or feedback. Until next time, Audio Marks.